Hi there, Rancher is back again, and Counter-Strike 2 is dying. This thought suddenly popped up in my head, but I instantly asked myself, why? Why do I think that such a legendary game with active broad community is facing its downfall right now? Is it true? Was it really better before? And if so, what can be done to prevent its permanent death? Get ready, because we're about to dive into a real rabbit hole.
Human reactions! From Nico!
So who's talking now, bitch?
No, wait, it's not that bad. Let's rewind and take a closer look. Esport, this is casual gaming, the lost balance between complexity and the simplicity of the game. Since the release of CS 25 years ago, the game quickly became the standard for competitive shooters, a kind of esport equivalent of chess, and the game inspired other developers to create their own games in this genre. And despite all of this, I can't shake the feeling that the game is on the edge of death. But why is that? Even though it consistently finds itself around the most popular online games year after year, daily online is around 1 million players and tens of millions of players per month. So in this game, significant role plays your shooting skills. But not only, the game is also about strategy, economy, teamwork, communication, stress resistance, reading the enemy's game plan. Even such simple thing as grenade throwing in this game requires skill and hours of practice.
Oh, bro, you don't want to go down like that. That's not right. Yikes.
Oh, and one more important thing for every CS player is knowing the smartest way to get skins. Please welcome SkinsMonkey. Here you can easily trade skins from your inventory to literally any other skin for the same price. 24/7, faster than you thought of skipping.
Got it!
If you're new to the platform, don't forget to claim your first trade bonus up to $5 with code RANCHER, or simply by using my link. I know exactly what I'm looking for, and with precise filters I can always find it easily. By the way, check the freebies page if you want to participate in a free giveaway, and by completing this simple task you get a higher chance of winning, so don't skip them. And in case your skins are dead to you, or they serve some other purpose, if you know what I mean, you can top up your balance with 30% bonus, and with code RANCHER extra 5%, so total 35% bonus for your payment. Just choose the option that suits you the best and you're good to go. Alright, see you in the game. Now back to the video. The game became an esports discipline long ago. All the required skills mentioned above make the game insanely interesting to follow, and watching confrontations between teams can be intense. It's like an emotional roller coaster, amazing moves, quick decisions, that inspires fans all over the world and spark the desire to play it yourself. But play what though? The diversity of game experience in CS is limited to grinding 3 to 4 maps over and over again. Casual players' excitement and game experience can easily get ruined by endless cheaters and in-game issues. If grind is not what you're interested in, then there is not much of alternative left for you. Let's take a look at in-game modes available right now. So we have 7 of them: Hostage, the Deathmatch, Casual, Arm Race, Wingman, Competitive, and Premier. And 3 of those are games for ranking, which once again clearly emphasizes that this game is about esport and competition. Let's take a closer look at the available game modes and what's wrong with them, in my personal opinion. Hostage is the oldest game mode. It may be hard to believe, but hostages once were alive and had some intelligence, and were not just breathing bags. But at this moment they can easily be replaced by some case with important data that needs to be secured. The hostages themselves don't contribute to gameplay experience being diverse. They don't walk, they don't talk, they can't be hurt or killed. The only interaction left for you is pick them up, carry, and drop. The game mode itself is legendary, but it lacks some uniqueness. and it's pretty one-sided and boring at the moment, and I believe hostages with intellect and some interaction available will contribute to the game mode being unpredictable and actually stand out among the list of other game modes available. In the end of the day, the name of the game mode is hostage, so make it feel like there's actually someone's life on the line, and increase the pressure, increase the stakes that you gotta save someone. At this moment, the hostage is just a bug with no personality, no story, no nothing. The experience of playing this game mode is the same as playing casual, but there's actually some hostage sitting somewhere and maybe someone will pick him up and bring to the base. But it doesn't feel like a core mechanic of the game mode. It doesn't feel like the center of the interest of both sides. And maybe just as an idea, it should be more tactical, more stealth and snipers focused game mode, but there's gotta be something in this game mode that makes it stand out and feel different. Alright, let's move on and look at Deathmatch. DM itself is good for shooting practice, but the implementation is not perfect. And for comparison, we don't have to go far. Like for example, Cybershock servers made by a YouTuber, so to speak, which you might know from the interview with farming software developers that he made earlier this year. But what are the problems of Deathmatch in CS? Well, firstly, it's spawn points, and especially combined with useless 10-second freeze time after spawning. The main problem with that is that it totally ruins the tempo of the game. It makes people stop and wait or try to hide from the opponent that just spawned and aims right at your head and you have to play hide and seek. Or you stop and aim at AFK freshly spawned opponent and you get shot because you paid too much attention to the player in freeze time. And here I would like to compare it with Cybershock. I mean, it's totally not the ad, but you can find the platform and join the server within 1 minute and you will see yourself that the game mode there feels different. It never stops. Of course, without a freeze time you can spawn and get shot immediately, but it takes only half a second to get back into the game and continue running. No freeze time, you never stop, you continue moving on and on and on. And that's why this game mode feels so alive, so intense, so full of action. Nobody stops there. Then secondly, bullets that you have to reload and HP that you have to restore. And why is it bad? Again, it ruins the tempo. The idea of deathmatch is not being as similar to casual or competitive game. You don't have to die there, you don't have to reload and restore health, hide and waste your time using the syringe. The idea is to have an intense warm-up and aiming reaction practice. So what's the sense of reloading and healing? Every single one of us had the experience that you try to heal or reload a gun and that exact moment an enemy came from around the corner and just kill you. So in my opinion, it would have a lot more sense for your ammo and health to be restored automatically for every kill. And again, we have this implemented in Cybershock servers, like really go and try yourself. And besides that, there you can easily change the weapon on the go. You have the sound of you hitting the enemy.
Oh, fuck.
So you know exactly if you miss or if you hit. You have satisfying bonuses for double, triple kills. You get your health restored, you have your ammo restored automatically, and you actually have some daily achievements there that keeps you playing for a little longer. Moving to casual, and in my opinion, it's a completely useless mode that's only worth joining if you're an absolute beginner who needs to figure out the basics of the game. I'm sorry if you're fan of this one, but no one there understands how to play, and no one even tries. People don't pay attention to the map at all, and act absolutely randomly. Maybe another reason to play some casual if you want to turn your brain off completely and have some fun. And the reason to call casual fun is because there is no other real fun alternatives with interesting, dynamic, fun mechanics that you can actually enjoy playing. The only fun the casual gives is a complete chaos, and it's pretty sad to understand that there is no quality fun in this game available. The problem of casual, again, that there is no idea behind it. I see some players joining the casual and they really try to improve their skill, they try to play seriously, they try to bring some tactics in, and maybe they should have tried playing competitive instead. And those players are mixed together with dudes who just want to have fun with some beer, after work, whatever, just relax, chat, scream, have fun. And it's not bad, but they would probably enjoy more some dynamic DM or maybe some other game mode where they can have fun without ruining the game experience of each other. CS is a lot about competition and smart plays. In casual, it's just a 10v10 brawl where one crowd just tries to outshoot and crush the other. And if you die, you just sit there questioning your entire existence while your no-brain, no-skill teammates run around like mice in a maze, throwing random grenades and some dude screaming in the voice chat. But that's it. I genuinely don't understand how you can say that casual is fun. So if you have at least some interest in this game, get out of casual as fast as you can. Or even better, don't try it. You won't gain any skill or understanding of the game there at all. Arm race. And there is nothing much to say about this besides it's a 20-year-old game mode that has never been really changed or improved. I wasn't as critical, but that's because I haven't played it for a very long time. This is so ridiculously messy and chaotic, to the point where it's not an arm race, but rather an enemy spawn race, as if the point of the game is get yourself a camping spot, on a vent, in a toilet, and just shoot your enemies when they just spawn and they don't expect. In this mode, people just crash into each other without any glimpse of a second thought, and hopefully arm race enjoyers will never join competitive or premiere. And in my opinion, it's not even a game mode, it's just a map with weapon progression. The game was not adapted, nothing was ever changed in the mechanics, so it's the same as deathmatch, hostage, but with slight change of weapon progression, which just makes it an absolute chaos. In arm race you die very often, but again you gotta wait for 2 seconds after each death, and that is so annoying. Besides that, why do I need the animation for a gun level up when it literally causes me to die? The games end so incredibly fast, within 5 to 6 minutes, because there is nothing challenging about the mode. So yeah, as a concept it sounds cool, a good mode for players to practice all the weapons, but in fact it's just the most chaotic mode in the game, and it definitely needs improvements in my opinion. WINGMAN is okay 2v2 game mode, great for clutch training, it has a decent though somewhat limited map pool, but I don't have any special complaints about this mode. Maybe you do, so let me know in the comments. Competitive is the first level of competitive CS. It focuses on improving your game skills through a large map pool. This game mode is kind of a bridge between casual players and professional players. I personally have no problem with it. It serves the purpose. The only issues with this game mode is who you meet there and what experience you get from there, but it's more on players' behavior side, not the mode itself. And finally, the premiere. This is a real Counter-Strike, where you not just practice your skills, but actually compete against each other while climbing to the top of the leaderboard. The only problem with this game mode itself is overtime, in my opinion. The most interesting part of the game starts when you get to the overtime. Just as you reach extra rounds, the intensity is on the peak, but the game ends in a draw. Just please let us play and find out who's actually better. But instead, the game ends after the first overtime. Yes, it can be abused, it's not the game mode problem, but the player's behavior. So, summarizing my opinion on in-game active game modes, and please note that we don't bring unfair players and bugs of the game, because we look purely at modes themselves. The competitive part of the game is done very well, however casual players' experience is limited. It lacks dynamic and variety. What I have also noticed, game modes don't have clearly defined purpose, the core idea behind it. That's why they are so similar, blank and chaotic, because there's no actual difference between DM, casual and hostage. You just join and shoot each other, that's it. So these modes are just there in the game, but nobody knows why and what's the difference. Game developers need to define what the core idea of each game mode is. With that core idea in mind, it gets easier to identify problems and navigate towards right solutions. Make different game modes actually feel different again, please. And that will be huge already, in my opinion. And you know, with that in mind, let me please remind you about the mods we used to have in CSGO. Like for example, Danger Zone, Flying Scoutsman, war games like Stab Stab Zap, Trigger Discipline, Boom Headshot, Hunter Gatherers, Heavy Assault Suit, of course retakes, and I'm not even mentioning such old and recreational modes like Protect the VIP, Capture the Flag, Maniacs, Zombies, what else, like Bunny Hop, Surfing, and there's probably a lot more that's worth to be in the game for more variety and because they are beloved by the community. Actually, if I have forgotten something, please let me know in the comments, and also you can share your all-time favorite game mode from CS. That would be interesting to see. Why do these modes deserve to exist and deserve to be in the game? The most obvious, broad, simple answer would be it just brings variety. It gives casual players the place to have some fun. It gives professional and more serious players some space to play the game they want, and covers everything in between. Because you see, some of these game modes go extremely well with core part of the game, which is competitive. There are modes that can simulate certain scenarios in the game, and you kind of solve these puzzles, solve these situations. That not only gives you variety, but also helps you to improve your skill without playing another premiere. Like for example, retakes, duels, and there is also game modes that can help you warm up and get ready to the serious game like Arm Race and Deathmatch. And Flying Scoutsman is a very fun mode, but after playing several rounds, you go to premiere, you go to competitive, and you land a headshot after headshot from Scout. And we have game modes that limit you a certain way to develop your skill, like Trigger Discipline and Boom headshot. So yeah, I just believe players deserve to have some variety, to have some real quality fun, to have some other game modes that can help you to develop your skill, and that's how each player will find his or her place and won't ruin the game for each other.
You serious?
Esport problem. Competitive CS is the core of the game.
What did he say?
Gay. But it is boring as fuck. Premiere and grinding 3-4 maps. Counter-Strike is an esport discipline, and naturally, to be the best you have to really grind the same maps intensely. Right now there are only 7 mobs available in the Premiere mode, and those are Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Anubis, Nuke, Vertigo and Ancient. And if you aren't really interested in the hardcore game play on Mirage over and over again, you can go to competitive, where in addition to those 7 mentioned above, there is a bit more variety. Overpass, Thera, Mills, Office and Italy. A quick note that after the recent update we have Thera and Mills replaced by Basalt and Aiden, and we finally have our promised Train back. And yes, the limited Premiere map pool is completely understandable. Pro players need to master these maps to literally perfection, and even with this small pool they still have stronger and weaker picks, as it's very hard to be the best on every single map. But unfortunately, because of that, the tournaments have become too similar. Over the past 10 years, almost no variety at all. Meanwhile, the game has legendary maps in its pocket, such as Overpass, Cache, Train and Cobblestone. I mentioned Overpass and Train because they are not available in Premiere mode, which we are talking about right now. If all these were added to Premiere, we'd have 11 possible picks, making the map pool a bit more varied. Though it could affect the quality of play, teams would likely keep picking the same maps, or one team might end up much stronger than the other, resulting in one-sided domination throughout the game. How could we deal with this? Why not use the newly introduced seasons to change the available maps in Premiere? This way we could see a season where all the pros are practicing the same map pool, but it would vary from season to season. Say, out of all the maps available in Premiere this way, 11 maps, the active season pool would consist of, for example, Inferno, Anubis, Nuke, Ancient, Overpass, Cache and Cobblestone. Wouldn't this add variety to tournaments? I personally would be so interested to see which maps the teams focused on and who handled the seasonal preparation best. It'd also be a lot more fun to see Mirage again after a season or 2 of absence. There's one thing I want to clarify. When I say boring and repetitive, I mean that the games might be interesting to watch, but it all relies on personal skill of players. So within tournaments, we know the big names and we want to see what they will be able to do. But with variety on maps, which team is better? Which team can prepare better for the season? Which team can prepare better for a certain map pool? And who can handle that better? It's awesome that there are great players with high personal skill, but it is still the game that focuses on your team being the best despite the condition, despite the map pool, despite all odds. That's what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so here I'm gonna leave you with your own thoughts. Thank you for listening. If you have something to share, you're more than welcome to leave your comment, opinion or remark here on YouTube, in the comment section or in the Discord server. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to support the channel. In this video I focused on maps and mods and tried to compare the experience of casual and professional players. But I have some more things I would like to share, so there will definitely be a second and maybe even the third part. So definitely stick around if you want to see more. Alright guys, that's it for the video. And as always, good luck, have fun, and see you soon.